to the Crime Report edition of MassapequaNews.com. I'm Christine Sommer, and this is the Nassau County Police Commissioner, Lawrence Mulvey. Welcome.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Let's talk about the best and worst of being the police commissioner. What is the worst of it?
Start with the worst first, huh? Well, I think it's very demanding. It takes quite a bit of my time, and I am involved in issues other than what you might think of as police work, budget, hiring, the administration of a big department.
Yeah, most of us think that being the police commissioner means you're just out there fighting crime.
No, that's part of it, of course. It's the essential element of the job, but I run an agency of 4,000 employees that get hired, that have personnel issues, we have to meet payroll, budgets.
Yes.
So that's a big part of the job.
Running a massive corporation, basically. You're managing 2,750 sworn officers and 1,400 civilian employees.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite a task in and of itself.
Yes.
Okay. So you would say that one of the biggest misconceptions about what your work involves is that it's not just fighting crime. It's not just solving crimes, correct?
Yes, I mean, our mission at the end of the day is to keep crime low, the lowest crime rate that we've enjoyed now for 41 years. But to get there, there's a lot of administrative processes that take place, and I'm involved in a lot of them.
Okay, good to know. What are some of the greatest challenges that you face and the Nassau County Police Department as well?
Well, I think the greatest challenge for me is to keep the trend going of reducing crime year in and year out. As I said now, we are enjoying the lowest crime rate that we've experienced in 41 years.
Yes.
We're the safest community, 500,000 more in size in the United States of America, so we really don't want to be the one that has it start to uptick in my watch. So that's the task at hand.
Yes. You and I had discussed a current resurgence of heroin and a drug issue, and I know with other medias, they may tend to sensationalize maybe one or two incidents involving heroin, although, one incident is one too many. Are drugs a tremendous battle for Nassau County?
Unfortunately, it's more than one or two instances of heroin, and we're seeing it as a resurgence of heroin here in Nassau County, and probably a bigger resurgence here in the South Shore of Nassau County. Middle class kids are involved. It is contributing to an uptick in crime, property crime, larcenies, things that you might think one would have to engage in to support a habit of heroin.
Right.
So we're addressing it. We brought it to everyone's attention.
Yes.
And we have police officers now available to the schools to come in and do drug awareness training specifically on heroin.
That's terrific. I was going to ask you about some of the initiatives your office has taken, but having the police officers inside the schools is definitely a good step.
Yeah, we brought in all of the school administrators countywide, superintendents and principals. We hit them over the head with it. This is a problem.
Yes.
Trust us. We see it. We have officers on the street that see it. We woke them up, I believe.
Good.
We had, unfortunately, some tragic cases here in Nassau County to further woke the community up.
Yes.
And now we have trained officers that will go into the schools and train the administrators on what to look for, signs of heroin use.
I can only imagine that someone who's selling drugs and someone who's buying drugs doesn't want you to be effective in your job.
Well, that's true.
So you have a double duty involved with fighting this type of crime because you're battling people that don't want you to do your job.
But then again, any criminal wants to coordinate the efforts of the police. It's not just the drug dealers and the drug users.
Right.
So we're kind of used to that.
Good.
And we have tactics that can overcome that.
Tactics that can overcome that. Okay, let's talk briefly, Commissioner, about your backgrounds.
Sure.
What were you like as a child?
I was one of four boys. My father was a police officer, very much interested in sports. So baseball season, it's baseball, football season, and basketball.
A real guy's guy.
I guess.
And you've been married for the last 35 years, which is as long as you've been with the police department, correct?
Correct. Actually, I was married while I was in the academy. I remember, married on a Saturday. We were off Saturday and Sunday. I went in to see about getting some time off, and I got Monday off.
Little 2-day weekend. Your education. You received your bachelor's degree from John Jay College of Criminal Justice, and then you went on to receive your master's degree
Here at LIU, CW Post Campus. I did that at night while I was working, and it's a great program, and I benefited from it.
You're very well qualified. We discussed early on one of the first experiences you had with the workforce that really helped to shape where you are today. And you mentioned back in 1973, you were hired in Roslyn.
I started my career with the Nassau County Police Department in the 6th Precinct. I was assigned a foot post in Roslyn Village. It's hard to believe back in those days, we filled all the cars and we put the police officers out on foot patrol. And I worked from midnight to 8 in the morning, walking a beat in Roslyn Village, which was quite a quiet place.
Yes.
It was a good experience.
Absolutely. So from foot patrol back in the 70s to the police commissioner, you have enjoyed quite a wonderful career so far.
I've been everywhere in the department, quite honestly.
What's next for you?
Well, I'm focused on this job at hand. I'm not really thinking too much ahead to the future. My kids twin daughters just graduated college this year, so at home we're kind of settled. I'm focusing in on the job at hand. We have a difficult budget this year, as you may be hearing.
Yes.
I'm handing it into the county executive this Friday, and I'm very positive about the future here in the Nassau County Police Department. And under my watch, I plan on keeping crime down and having our citizens enjoy the kind of policing they've come accustomed to.
Good to know. If Hollywood was interested in Lawrence Mulvey, and
I doubt that they would.
if they were, who would play you?
Ooh, that is a tough one. I'd have to think about that, but I'm not such a exciting personality, so I really don't know. Caught me off guard now.
No problem.
But I might ask you to suggest someone.
I would suggest, with your background, you would be ideal to play you.
I'd give it a try.
Okay, Hollywood, you hear that? Commissioner, you mentioned to me before we close that with the exception of your family, there is nothing more important to you than the Nassau County Police Department.
Yes, absolutely. I agree 100%. It's been very rewarding to me, fulfilling. What I want is to provide an environment in all of our communities. We have communities in the county that don't enjoy the same level of safety and benefits that the Massapequas do.
Yes.
Where I live in Westbury. And to those other communities that are still struggling with crime, I want to bring their quality of life up, quality of life when I enjoy it.
Thank you, Commissioner. Okay, Massapequa, find Commissioner Mulvey on the MassapequaNews.com crime report.